sure I got the right mic on this time. Hey there, and welcome back. If you are new here, I'm Delana. I'm your go-to online business manager and tech specialist. Today we are going to deep dive into ConvertKit with some advanced tips to help you supercharge your email marketing and digital product sales in 2024. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. If you are moving over to ConvertKit from another email provider, be sure to grab my free Move to ConvertKit guide. It is an 8-page step-by-step tutorial on how to move from your current email service to ConvertKit so that you don't miss a single thing and have a flawless transition. You can grab it at delanasimmons.com/ConvertKit guide, and I will have the link in the description. Okay, first up, let's talk about, what is my hand doing? Okay, first up, let's talk about segmentation. Segmentation is crucial for targeting the right audience with the right message. In ConvertKit, you can create segments based on subscriber interests and behavior and all kinds of fun things. So let's take a look real quick at how to set that up. Okay, so we're gonna start by coming over here to Grow and Subscribers. And then over here on the right, we're gonna click Create a Segment. Now, this is gonna pop up this filtering option, and this is where you can choose who you want to segment out of your subscribers. You could create a segment name here of people who've purchased any product you've ever sold. So let's say they've come into ConvertKit after they've purchased a product and they have been tagged with the products. Now, you can send emails out based on the tags. Like you can choose, when you're sending a broadcast, you can choose all of the tags of all of your products so that you can send products or send emails to people who have purchased any product. Alternatively, if you want to send out emails and you want to exclude anybody who's already purchased from you, you could choose all of the tags as an exclusion and exclude all those people. But let's say you've got 50 tags of products, right? Then you don't want to have to exclude each individual tag every single time. So you would create a segment. This would be a segment of all purchasers. And then we're going to select who meets this criteria, right? So we're gonna do matching any of the following. So when you click this drop down, you'll see here any, all, or none, okay? Any means that subscribers will fit this filter if they have any of the criteria that you put in this section, which means they can have tag A, not tag B, they will still be put in here, okay? If you choose that they have all of this criteria, then they have to have everything on the list. So if you have 50 tags of products and you're trying to group everybody into one segment, you need to make sure, if you choose all, then it's gonna only add in people who have every tag. Okay, that means they've purchased every product that you have. And that's probably not gonna be the case. So you wanna make sure to choose any here. The none is if you want to exclude people. So let's say we're trying to make a segment that is everybody who's purchased a product except for a specific product, then you would do none to exclude the tag that you don't want included in the filter. Just to throw it out there, I tend to only use the none filter when I'm creating a broadcast and I want to exclude people from that broadcast. I probably wouldn't use it very much in a segment, but it works the same way. So with a broadcast, I would use none by saying, I want to send this to all subscribers except the people who have this tag. And I would do it that way. That's how I tend to use it more so than in the segment section here. Just to throw that out there, but I wanted you to know what it means. Okay, so for what we're doing now with the segments, we're going to choose any. And then here's where you would just start adding your filters. So again, I think the highest use case for this is going to be tags, but anything in here you can use. So for the example that we've been using, we would want to choose, for the example that we've been using, we would want to choose any subscriber subscribed to a tag, and then I would choose all of the tags that I have that I want to include. So I would choose all of my purchase tags here in this segment and then hit add filter, and it's going to tell me how many subscribers have all of those tags here. Once you have your segment created that has a list of all of those people in one place, you can use that then to send out emails specific to purchasers. Maybe you have a sale going on for people who've purchased from you before to buy again. Then you can just target the people who've purchased before with your sales email that way. Likewise, you can use it to exclude. Another thing that I like to do is to take anybody who's in a welcome sequence and put them into a segment that I can exclude from emails. Because if somebody's getting a welcome sequence from me, then they don't necessarily need to be getting weekly emails also, right? Like I don't want to bombard them. So I'll take all of the welcome series that could be running, depending on, you know, how they signed up to the list, and put them into a segment that's called like exclude, you know, welcome series or something like that. And then when I go to send out a broadcast, I'll send the broadcast to all subscribers and exclude that segment of people who are currently in a welcome series. The other nice thing about segments is that they are dynamic, which means that they automatically update according to the filters that you have here. So according to the filters that are set here. So if you know, you have your list of tags here and then somebody else signs up to the tag, like they're going to automatically get added to the segment. So you don't have to continue to update these constantly. They will be updated as the filters change. While we're in here, I want to go ahead and just show you what the rest of this filter situation looks like for segments, because they can be a little confusing the first time you go through them. So we're just going to start fresh with a new one. Okay, so let's say we're going to create a segment. Okay, so it's going to start out by saying all subscribers, right? I only have one in this account, but you should see all of your subscribers here because basically nothing is getting filtered. We touched on the any, all, and none here. This is going to mean any means they meet any criteria, all means they meet all the criteria, and none means they meet none of the criteria. So in this first gray box here, this is where you're going to choose your first filter. So this is going to be, you know, whatever you need it to be here. You can choose subscribe to is going to be if they have signed up to any form, if they're in any sequence, if they have any tag, or if they have any product. And then you can also choose if they're already in a specific segment or if they're a cold subscriber, which means they haven't opened an email in 90 days. There's also some other sequences here based on location. These are going to be, they can be a little iffy because it's going to be based on IP address. So if you've got somebody who's using like a VPN or something, they may not always be totally accurate, but they are there if you want to use them. And then you can also use subscription date, first name, email address, custom field if you want to use those to filter. But I would definitely say that the most common and probably the ones with the highest use case overall are going to be the subscribed to, and then choosing forms, tags, or sequences for segmenting people, especially in the case of digital products, right? Okay, so let's say we're going to choose people with a specific tag, and we're going to add the filter. Now, if you have people and you're like, I want to include in this segment people who have, you know, these specific tags, or they've signed up to a specific form. I don't know if I have any forms on here to test with. Okay, we'll do that. You can add that here like this. So basically, if you're trying to create a segment that includes people that have tags and people who've signed up to specific forms or maybe are in a specific sequence, then they're all going to go in this overarching gray box, because you can see here that there's an or in between these. So this means that it's going to include people who have this welcome sequence tag, or they have subscribed to the creator profile form, or XYZ other filter here if I keep going. Now this or means that they can have any of those options. They don't have to have all of them. Now if I change this to all, this changes to and, which means they have to have the welcome sequence tag, and they have to have subscribed to some creator profile and whatever else I add there. So that's just a way to really visualize that difference. If we choose none, then it's going to be they don't have the welcome sequence tag, or they don't have the creator profile form, or. Now this first block here is going to pull the people who, since we haven't set it any, have the welcome sequence or the creator profile, etc. Right? Now, if you wanted to also have a separate set of criteria that you want to really narrow down by, you can add another filter block here. So this is going to be an and. It's always going to be an and. You can't change that, right, for the difference between those two. But once you get here, you can again choose different options here. So we can do. So what this filter is saying now is we want this segment to include anybody who has the welcome sequence tag or the creator profile form, and who has this light theme form. Or this would be where if you want them to exclude. So changing this to none down here means this is going to pull anybody who has the welcome sequence tag or the creator profile form and they are not subscribed to the light theme form. So this is how you really get into the nitty gritty of being able to filter your audience, which is super important when it comes to like selling digital products and stuff, because you want to be able to really target who those are going to. Now, this is the same filtering system here that you see when you go to schedule a broadcast. So you can do all of this for specific broadcasts if you want to. But if you know that this is going to be a specific target audience that you want to email regularly, then I would create a segment of those people. And that way, when you go to send an email, you can just choose to send it to that segment. And this is already done for you and it stays updated. Next, let's talk about automations. ConvertKit's automations can save you tons of time and ensure your subscribers receive timely and relevant content. Now, I do have a video all about ConvertKit automations that takes you step by step, very detailed through how to set one up. You can check that out here, right here. But for now, for this video, let's just go through a really quick walkthrough of how to set up an automation. So I actually switched over to my main account because my free one doesn't have automation options. So we are going to start by clicking automate and then visual automations. And then we are going to use new automation. Click new automation over here. And we're going to start from scratch. There we go. And then you can name your automation just by clicking up here and typing in the new name and then hit enter. And we're going to hit start building. And it's going to give us these options. So most likely you will want to start building your automation by joins a form. You can also start one by joins a tag. Which one you choose is really just up to you and how you have your funnel flow set up. If you're using ConvertKit forms, then you can choose a form. If you are using something like Lead Pages that connects to a ConvertKit form, then you would also choose use a form. But some other apps like ThriveCart, for example, they connect to ConvertKit via a tag. So if that's the case, then you might want to use a tag. If you are selling products through ConvertKit, then you would choose purchase. This also works if you have any integrations with ConvertKit where you sell, like Podia or Teachable, for example. So for this example, we're going to use tag because it's the simplest to me and what I tend to use the most. Another thing to keep in mind if you're going to be making like a large automation, or if this is going to be a welcome sequence automation for anybody who joins your list from anywhere, you can only have 5 entry points across here. So I'll show you what that looks like. We will say they joined the tag here. So this is 1 entry point, so you can only have 5. So if you're going to have a lot of forms coming in to this one place, or even a lot of tags, then you're probably going to want to use a rule to kind of funnel all those people into one tag, and that way you can just have one tag that starts this automation, and everybody who gets that tag will flow through. People coming in, they're coming in through a tag. Then really all you need to do now, if this is just the most basic automation, is add a sequence. We're just going to add a sequence here. I already have one called test email sequence. That's perfect. So you can create a new one, or you can choose one that you already have and click add action. And that's just going to put them right into that sequence once they sign up. And then just make sure that you turn on the automation once you've got it set up. There we go. That's all you need to do to set up an automation. So this is great, especially for digital product sales, because you can actually nurture that audience after they've purchased your product. So let's say you've got a low priced offer that's floating out there. Maybe you're running ads to it or something like that. So you're kind of getting a cold audience to it. So you definitely still want to warm those people up, right? They obviously trusted you enough to purchase this product, but you want to still earn their trust more so that they will either buy from you again or sign up for your higher ticket offer down the road, right? So this is perfect because no matter where your sales come from, whether it's ConvertKit, which if you do want to sell through ConvertKit, I have a video right here all about how to set up a digital product inside of ConvertKit. So you should check that out when you're done here. No matter where they come from, if you're using ThriveCart or Kajabi or pretty much any other app out there used to sell stuff, that you can funnel them into ConvertKit and then send them an automated email sequence so that, again, you're nurturing them, you're teaching them, telling them more about what they've just purchased, maybe how to use it, that sort of thing, and then also warming them up to purchase something else from you later on. And this is as simple as it is to set it up. You really just need to add a way for them to come in to the funnel, whether that's a form or a tag or a purchase, and then send them the email sequence. And then you can use the segments that we just talked about to filter them out of your regular broadcasts until they're done with their sequence. And then once they have finished the sequence and they start getting your regular emails and everybody is all happy. If you are new to ConvertKit and you need to set up an account, I do have a link for you. You can find it in the description below. It is an affiliate link, so if you do sign up, I do get a small commission, and my pup Oakley thanks you so much for the extra treats. Now let's move on to some A/B testing. This is a powerful feature to optimize your email campaigns. Ultimately, you can use A/B testing to test subject lines, content, and to even sometimes to see what works best for your audience. But the feature inside of ConvertKit is for testing subject lines. So let's take a look at how that works. So we are going to start by going to, like, we're going to send a broadcast. So let's take a look at how you set this up and then how ConvertKit actually does it. So we're going to just go to this new broadcast here that I started. And then when you go to write your subject line, you're just going to click on this A/B over here. So then the top one is going to be your first subject and the bottom one is going to be your second subject, and that's all you have to do to set it up. ConvertKit does the rest from there. So what they do is they send out the email at the time that you scheduled it for to, I want to say it's about 20% of your subscribers, and half of them get subject line A and half get B. And that test runs for, I want to say, about 2 hours. So basically what happens is ConvertKit gives all of those subscribers 2 hours to open the email. And then whichever one at that point has the highest open rate, everybody else who's scheduled to get that email gets subject line that had the highest score. Now you might come back at some point and look at the winner and see, you can actually see in here an A/B test that I ran little less than a month ago, about 3 weeks ago, and I used 2 different subject lines, obviously. One was ready to capture leads effortlessly, watch this video, and one is grow your email list in a few clicks. This is the one, ready to capture leads effortlessly is the one that won from this test. If we click view the stats, we can take a look at what that looked like. So here we've got both of the subject lines here, and then it says how many people opened. So it was only sent to about 73 people. My list is still pretty small, but so it was sent to 73 people, and 31 people opened this subject line and 28 people opened this subject line. So this one ended up being the winner, and everybody else on my list opened or received this subject line. So that's how they determine it. Now, on occasion, you'll come in here to see the results of your A/B test, and the winner will be the one that was not sent out. It might say that, you know, B was the winner with 38% open, but A had 42, but B was the one that got sent out. And what's happened when that happens is that at the time that the test was over, B won. Okay, B had the higher open rate at that time, and that's when the rest of the emails were sent out. But after the rest of the emails were sent out, the original 31 people, or however many it is on your list, continued to open A, and ultimately A ended up being the winner, even though B is the one that got sent out, if that makes sense. It just happens sometimes. It's not typical, I wouldn't say, but it does happen on occasion. So if you see that, that is probably what that is probably the reasoning behind it. But that is all there is to A/B testing inside of ConvertKit. Maybe eventually they'll add being able to A/B test content as well. But for the time being, it's subject line, and really that is one of the key pieces of a good email, right? Is a good subject, because that is what gets people to open it in the first place. Lastly, let's talk about integrations. ConvertKit integrates with many tools that you might already be using to sell your digital products, like Squarespace, ThriveCart, Teachable, all the fun things. And even if there's not a direct integration, there's usually still a way to integrate it. But these integrations are a perfect way to really elevate your digital product sales and marketing, especially when you want to automate sending out those emails and really customizing that post-purchase experience for your audience. So let's take a look really quickly at how to set up a couple of integrations. Obviously, this is going to vary depending on what you're actually using, so we probably won't bore you with all the details of actually setting up the integrations right now in this video. I can do that in another video, but let's take a look at what ConvertKit offers and kind of what the steps would be to sort of set some of those up. So let's start by going into Automate and then Apps. And here you're going to have a whole list of integrations that ConvertKit works with. So if you are selling digital products, there is a good chance you're probably going to be using something like Podia, which is a super easy one to connect to. Here you're just going to want to, you really just need to follow the steps. Like, that's so easy. And this one's going to ask you to take your ConvertKit API and add it into the Podia settings for email marketing. Super easy. You just find your ConvertKit API in your account settings. Another one that's good is the Squarespace integration. This one will take any sales that you have through Squarespace and bring them right over into ConvertKit so that you can then segment and automate sending emails to them. You can also connect directly to Stripe. You do have to connect to Stripe if you're using ConvertKit for digital products. That is where the payments are processed. But if you want to just connect directly to Stripe, if you're selling directly through Stripe, then you can connect that here as well. Teachable is another good one that connects directly to ConvertKit for sending emails after purchases. And then Zapier can be used to connect to almost anything else. I know another one that's a good one that I use a lot is Kajabi. That one's a little bit different. When you create products over there to sell, you will just create a form inside of ConvertKit and you'll use the form ID and you'll put it in the settings for your offer inside of Kajabi, and that's how Kajabi sends over that that's how Kajabi sends over that information to ConvertKit. And from there, you can then use segments, automations, and all of that fun stuff to send out emails. So there's tons and tons of options here for selling digital products and then really elevating that experience for your audience using ConvertKit. And there you have it. 4 advanced tips to help you master your marketing for your digital products using ConvertKit. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to cover next. I'm thinking of doing a whole series on digital products, how to create them, how to sell them, where to sell them, that sort of thing. If that sounds good to you, let me know. Type digital products in the comments so I can get to work on that for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, my friends. Bye.